the blinds. Take a breath and take it all in. What's it gonna be like today? It's the same routine. I gotta change something or I always miss spot out to if it's all a lesson, I don't ever know the answer. If life's an answered prayer, why am I still waiting for mine? Take a different road. Sometimes a change in view gives me all I need to make it through. Just take a different road. The coffee's brewing. Read the paper and question myself. What's it gonna be like today? My anger's stewing. I take a breath and hold it all in. What's it gonna be like today? If it's all a lesson, I don't ever know the answer. If life's an answered prayer, why am I still waiting for mine? Take a different road. Sometimes a change in view gives me all I need to make it through. Sometimes a different view will spark a change in you. Give you all you need to start anew. A little here, a little there. Where am I supposed to go? Just take a different road. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Take a different road. Sometimes a change of view. Give me all I need to make it grow. Just take a different road.
Howdy ho there, neighbors.
What is up, guys? Welcome to our live broadcast. Glad to see you guys here. We got a few have joined us already, it looks like.
Hey, welcome, Todd. Welcome, Chris. Good to see you guys.
How's everyone doing today?
Two rednecks and a microphone ready to answer any and all questions. Set up here. Good to see you, Joe. Yeah, the live didn't go so good. You said wasn't reaching the target audience there.
Not at all. Well, okay, so we did a little something different this go around. We had a little bit of music by our host here, Eric himself. What did y'all think about that music?
Chuck Mingus wrote it, man. He's an amazing guitarist. Used to be in Days of the New. Used to have that song Touch Feel Stand. I don't know if y'all remember. Finally found a reason I don't need that. Yeah, you remember. He wasn't the original member, but he was the album. Yeah, that was fun. That was back in 2011. Yeah, share away, Joe, man. I appreciate you. We appreciate Joe here to set up here, man. He's one of our big supporters, and we support him as well. He's got his setup gear 5x5 page. Go there, follow him on TikTok, but also he's part of the podcast, Real Patriot Voice. Go check them out on Rumble. They've got a lot of content on there, man. They've been around for years, so go check them out. They're pretty much every day. I'm sorry, Monday through Thursday. They go live. I think it's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. They usually stay on an hour or so. Uh, what's up, Pardon my folly, man? What's up, brother? Just giving a shout out to my friend Fed Up over here. Big help to us. Last week when we
Right here.
sailed,
Go ahead, give him a little represent here in the bottom left corner. That's set up here. Go give him a check.
yeah, check him out. But last week when the live didn't happen, he went to his page, man, and shared the hell out of us. We got about probably 50 or 60 followers just from him.
Man, I tell you what, he really did. He blessed our page on YouTube. We we more than doubled subscribers, all because he went out there and went to bat for us a little bit. So I got a lot of love for him, and I appreciate everything he's done.
Saying the audio's in and out.
Yeah, so we'll do some adjusting, guys.
We're still new at this. We're trying to say we're having a little problem here.
Yeah, my wife is checking us out as well. So let's see.
Yeah, see what's going on here. Is it any better? What's up, Chad? What is going on, my friend? Oh, Chris is popping beers out here, but a little bit too early for me to do that. I got to drive home, so I do this at Brian's house. Hey, thanks to his wife Summer for letting us do this. We really appreciate you. Is it any better, guys? Anybody hearing us? He says the host should turn your mic up. We're a little quiet. Try that, or I come closer.
Yeah, let's see. What have we got now? How's it sounding, y'all?
Yeah. So some of the things we want to talk about. One of the things we gotta talk about was the China balloon. What a what a fish story.
China balloon.
Oh, come on.
You mean that satellite that was attached to a balloon that was flying around?
The one NASA was like, shit,
Yeah, we gotta hide this quick. China.
blame it on China.
Okay, so I have to ask, did anyone out there listening to this lose DirecTV yesterday when they shot it down?
DirecTV or maybe Usenet. Did your Usenet go down?
Using that, lose a little bit of cell phone reception or anything? I don't know.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, oh, yeah, here we go. They were like,
Oh crap, it's down our satellite.
I forgot about that.
yeah, we had a little fun.
It's down our satellite. Oh, I mean, which one's the other one? This little machine is cool, man. I forget what it's called, but it's only like $250, man, for this little thing. Works pretty good.
So yeah, it looks like summer's in. We're still cutting out a little bit. So I'm gonna run upstairs.
Oh,
See if I can hear.
okay, I'll handle it from here for a minute. So let's see what we got here. Brian, if you got a soundboard, see if you can reboot it. Yeah, he's going to do a check. He's going to go upstairs for a second, so we can talk here. But back to that whole balloon thing. They said they couldn't shoot it down because they were scared that it would maybe hit some people. In Montana, we're better to shoot it down than the least populated state in the union. It only makes sense if you're going to take it out. Middle of Wyoming would be the best spot to do it. I mean, that makes sense to me. I'm just a redneck from Kentucky. What do I know? Yeah, thanks, Joe. Are we hearing us, buddy? They say we're having a little bit of problems here. I don't know if you're getting it fixed. Ryan's checking into it right now, but we're going to keep this going. Um, But yeah, that was just one of the topics. I did find something this week that was rather interesting. It was an Arab like cleric sharing a whole video of it's going in and out. Damn it! Not sure what's happening here, guys. That sucks. Yeah, let me try. I'll try that. All right, I unplugged mine and plugged it back in. He's going to try to do something here. I just unplugged that, plugged it back in. But yeah, what have y'all been seeing? He said perfect. Somebody said perfect. Mm. Let's see. Damn it. There we go. Wow, I'm really loud now. Way louder than I was.
Yeah,
That might have been the problem. All right, so back to the topic at hand. Yeah, it was an Arab cleric from somewhere over in the Middle East, and he was talking straight up that the Earth is flat. There's a ice barrier around us, just like Gleason's map says, and on the other side of that, there's more land and more beings. And this guy, I mean, this is like a bishop or something, but overseas. And but it was really interesting hearing this guy talk about it. He was very serious. Did you see it?
sorry.
That video that I was talking about with the Arab guy?
Oh yeah, I did see it. He was, and he was right on that. I'm sorry, I was sitting here reading.
It's all good.
See, he says,
He said that's much better. Good, good, good. Thanks for y'all's input. What?
Yeah, just checking the volume.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure we're not blowing everybody out.
He says, Brian, it's your mic,
Well,
and it's super low.
okay.
We're gonna get
How's
this.
that sound?
We're gonna get this. This is helping us out, guys. Get it all set up for from here on out.
Is my mic any better?
I'm naturally kind of a loud guy, so I'm a loud mouth. Talk to me, goose.
Help me, Maverick, I'm drowning.
He said it's low. But yeah, this is tribal fire. We're having fun with this, but we appreciate your guys' input.
Yeah, so to go back to what Eric was saying was that that Arab guy or whatever he was that he was talking about, like it made a lot of sense what he was saying because he was talking about the oil, you know, how it's not actually all these like, fossil fuels like they like to call it. It's not from dead animals, not from dead plants, all this stuff. It's oil is a naturally reoccurring
Yeah,
material, you know, or that it flows to us underground from another area that we're not allowed to go to. And
it's renewable.
yeah,
It
believe
comes
that
back.
100%.
Yeah, it's like the Earth's blood, man. Like the Earth's blood. That's the way I see it. But he did talk about it. I forgot about that, where he said it comes from outside the ice wall.
Mhm.
So that whatever other continents are out there.
Sounds.
Let's see.
I want to try something. I don't know what's going on.
He said turn your mic on. Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Does it have an on and off here? No.
No, we may try one more mic. We have another mic that we can use. Oh, hold on. We got our boy from Colorado.
Oh, Dustin's coming in. Yeah, this is at Knowledge 904 I talk about. He's the one that first shared the lost history of flat Earth with me, got me looking into this. We're going to see how that works out.
it's better? Okay. Let's see. I think we're gonna get all the audio stuff figured out here, but I'm gonna keep nudging some things around just a bit.
He said, Joe said, good now.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Where can I see that video? It sounds great to me, guys. It's on my page. This I got 3 pinned videos, and it's below them. It's like the third one or something. It's got like 60,000 views. You'll be able to see it, but you'll have to. I stitched it, so you'll have to click at the bottom where it says "Stitch with Saint Sano." You'll want to click on Saint Sano, and it'll take you to the whole post. But yeah, so everybody's saying it's better. So we're looking at this side a little higher than that side.
Yeah, we'll leave things
3/4.
how they are now unless things get a little crazy again. Or I can just start screaming. Don't mind that. I'll scream for you guys.
No, but what have y'all been seeing other than this balloon going on you'd like to talk about? What about you? You got anything you've been seeing online?
Man, the biggest things I've been seeing a lot about are these maps. Honestly, them taking some of these older maps and overlaying them with the moon. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but there's a theory out there that the moon is an actual like snapshot or an X-ray.
Oh, yeah, I've
of
seen
land.
it.
And they've taken this map and overlaid the moon, and they adjust the opacity on it, and the dark areas on the moon match up almost 100% to the land areas on this map. And I'm sorry, but I've just recently seen that.
That was the thing when I sent you the video that you said blew your mind more than anything. But on that moon map, though, only this much is us.
Right.
This out here that it's showing is not
Right.
in the 7 continents that we know of.
Exactly. And there's like I don't know if you notice on a lot of the older buildings that have the clocks, like there's an extra little add-on, like they look like circles like this on the clocks, and they're like, well, what's all this little extra space? Like, well, we're keeping time on what we know as Earth, but all this extra stuff out here, and they mashed it up, and it looks like all the extra land and everything that we're not allowed to explore yet. You know,
not anymore.
No.
But I saw that where it like takes the dark part and makes it the Earth or the land masses, and then the rest of it turns it into water, and it's like, whoa. If you've watched Lost History of Flat Earth, you saw this depiction of the moon being a map, and it's like when the moon was either created, it took a one-time snapshot, because it's like plasma.
Right.
So if that plasma created an image on it, and it's a forever image, it's not a current reflection.
Right. And something cool yesterday, I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but I messaged Eric about it yesterday. We had almost a complete full moon out at the same time we had the sun, and then they were literally like just on opposite ends of each other.
Yeah,
it was really cool, and you see a little bit of the shadow down towards the bottom, but at the same time you're like, the moon is out, and you can physically see it, and the sun is out, and it's still nice and bright. Then how is that possible?
Yeah,
with a shadow.
It's not.
You can't.
But the thing with the moon as well, when I was growing up, maybe this is one of them CERN things. What do they call them?
The Hadron Collider.
Mandela effect.
Oh, Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
It puts in another dimension.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was growing up. You all tell me if I'm crazy. The moon came out at night. I don't remember as a kid. Maybe it did, and I just don't remember. But it was not a common occurring thing. Now, I saw the moon out during the day, 6 out of the last 10 or 12 days. On my way to work, it's out. I get home or get to work. On my way home, it's still out.
Yeah.
It's just, and the other morning, it was orange. It was beautiful. It was a big orange moon. And don't tell me that it's not moving around us, because it does get bigger and smaller. The moon is not always the same size.
Oh no, there's some nights I see it come up and it is ginormous.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be.
No,
Going by
it's-
their standard, it should never change size.
No, and we got Christopher here saying the clock that I was talking about is in Prague, and yeah, a lot of the European cities and older buildings have that clock.
Yeah, and
it's really interesting to see.
And Chris, that Prague is one of the, I don't know, it's the capital of the world right now with Tartarian structures.
Yeah,
there is no more than when that night or when it's real foggy and they got the picture of Prague and those spires, dude, it is wicked cool. One of my favorite cities in the world. My ex-wife was from Czech Republic, and I could have went there if I'd have known back then what I knew now. I would have went to Prague, no doubt, and checked that out. But
yeah, I would have loved to have gone to Prague. Now, I just from the time I spent in Poland, there's a lot of buildings that are that way as well. I didn't really think about it at the time, but when I go back through some of my other pictures now and I look at them, I'm like, dude, these are the Tartarian buildings.
I saw something the other day that was a weird conspiracy theory. Not weird once you know, but it was showing pictures of World War II destruction.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those buildings were Tartarian buildings.
Yeah,
they could have been targets, man. That could, because they're asking where'd they all go. A big part of World War II could have been eliminating the old world structures.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody's aware, but that's the theory on why they've had the 2 world wars. It's just they're trying to eliminate the Tartarian footprint.
That's amazing, and you would have never thought about it.
No, you wouldn't
until you see some pages talking about Tartaria. Like the One Foul Wow and Dr. Regenerated and the False History guy. I share a little bit of it, but I'm more the flat Earth. But that old world, man, I mean, they had technology, scooters, electric cars, they had charging stations, buildings that would charge. They showed a video of a guy pulling in to like a gas station, not a gas station, but a service station.
Right.
An electric car. They open the hood like they used to open 2 ways. They open the hood, they pull it out, put a new one in, new motor in like 5 minutes. They closed it up. He's got a new charge motor. They probably charge that and fix it and give it to the next guy,
That's insane.
And that was in the 1840s, guys. They had electric cars, electric scooters. They were inventing or reinventing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's they're doing a lot of back engineering or of old tech, and a lot of people are talk about the UFOs being otherworldly vehicles. I think it's just a lost tech. I think Tartarians had those kind of vehicles or something close to that nature.
I saw a point on Joe Rogan Experience. They were talking about the old structures and how they built them and how they he made a good point. The point was they could have had 15 or 20,000 years to build up technology before whatever happened, the Great Flood, or they say a meteor or whatever, that wiped everybody out. And when they wiped them out, this stuff was left and nobody knew how to do it. Nobody knew how to rebuild it. So you had to start from scratch again. But they could have had thousands of years. How long have we been doing technology? 200-300 years?
Yeah.
Imagine when we get to the point that we've had 10,000, we're going to be doing stuff like that.
Unless something resets again.
Which
happens a lot, apparently.
Sounds like we're in it. Every 80 years.
Right. Now, I was watching a really cool video the other day on YouTube. It's a channel called the Y-Files. And this is one that I just recently came across. And they were talking about the pyramids, the Great Sphinx, and their real purpose and how old they really are. They were talking about that the original idea, of course, is that the pyramids were just burial chambers for pharaohs and all this garbage.
They've never found one inside.
No, they've not found a single one. But yeah, what they have found on the inside is that the Great Pyramid resonates to an F sharp, and that it is in complete sync vibrationally with Earth's natural vibrations.
So it's frequency.
It was coated in I think some type of granite at one point in time, which was a great conductor, of energy, and then it was capped with gold, which is another great conductor. So the theory behind it is that it was a giant power plant and
That makes
provided
sense.
energy.
And then they had mercury pools and stuff at the
Yeah.
bottom of a lot of them.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Sherry? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, she's big on my other page. She's a super supportive friend of mine.
Cherie Melise.
Yeah.
What is up? Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all guys coming in. But yeah, there's a lot of once you start looking into this stuff and you start hearing these theories, there was a theory about the way our houses used to be built. They were built as conductors, as like batteries.
Mhm.
Or what about what is inside the earth? All the minerals and stuff. Where do they go to get the copper and the lithium for batteries? In the earth's core, or in the earth.
Yeah,
not
it's
the
all dug
core,
out. Exactly.
but in the earth. I didn't mean the core. I know we haven't been that far, but the earth is a big battery.
Of course.
It's a big
It
battery.
has its own magnetic field, its own
Yeah.
vibrations, and they tapped into it. They knew how to use
They
it.
they knew how to utilize it.
And they want to lie to us and tell us no.
You gotta have wires and all this crap.
These were people with chisels and hammers. Like, no, I'm sorry. Those kind of people did not build a pyramid. Not to mention the Sphinx. They were looking at the erosion patterns.
It's water.
The Sphinx. Yeah, it was all caused by water. But the Sphinx has been in the desert for how many thousands of years? So they're talking about how the Sphinx is like 10,000.
I've heard 10 to 12,000. Yeah.
Right at the last ice age.
Well, there was something very recently where oh my days, yeah, one foul wow shared.
Yeah.
How did they do these structures where you see how they're perfectly lined up? The bricks are different, the rocks are different, but they line up perfect. You can't fit a piece of paper between them.
Right.
And a dude stitched it with the way woodpeckers peck into rock and get into it. They go get this plant that they put on it, and that weakens the rock, and then they peck at it and they can make holes in it. Well, if you make that stuff, you can form the rock, you can shape the rock.
That's crazy.
It's it was wild, dude, how they use plants and certain mixtures and certain chemicals to soften the rock, and then they can shape it. It was wild, man. And you learned it from a bird. You watched this bird.
Right? You watch nature. They take care of it.
Yeah, it was neat. I can't explain it because it was really in depth and scientific, but yeah, they could have simply used something to soften that rock up and make it form, which is neat.
I'm sitting here reading Christopher here. He's talking about how many of the arches were mega magnets to collect energy from the ether. Yes, I have just recently learned of that and heard that as well. That that they used a lot of magnets and special metals, and the rocks that they used to build these archways and buildings were all conductive materials. That they even would put like rods, like wrought iron or whatever inside of the rocks as well to help with the conductivity.
They showed too the fireplaces in some of those Tartarian buildings never had a fire built in them. They weren't used for that. They were used for something like you're talking about, and it was weird. I don't remember exactly how they did it, but they also couldn't find any plumbing or restrooms or bathrooms. None of these places. It's like they didn't shit on the floor. I mean,
they just didn't go to the bathroom.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
There was a theory about the sun, and when you're grounding with the sun and all this, you don't need as much food as you do when we are so separate from the earth.
Well, just a weird little side thing that apparently the only reason why we need toilet paper and stuff is because we don't eat any of the proper ingredients and foods. So we're supposed to poop and not have to clean up anything. It's kind of weird.
Like kind of like a dog?
Yeah. Kind of like a dog.
I'm joking. I don't know where this came from.
No, it's
the toilets.
Yeah. I got a super soaker attached to my toilet, so it squirts my butt.
Reflects Earth, man on the moon concept to distract you from noticing extra land. Yeah, I mean it's that is uncanny when you compare the two maps. But where did the map come from that they were comparing it to? What isn't that the one where they shared the age of Aquarius and all that? I think Chris,
think so.
Flat Earth Panda, shared it where it was using that map. But I'm not sure where that map came from though.
Yeah, no, I'm not 100% sure.
Or is it just a projection of the map on the moon and somebody made that map? I think that's probably what it is, but it's extremely interesting when you look into it and you look at it. It really, the right side of the moon that we see really does look like our continents, you know?
It's true. I like this guy. Look at this. I really like Brian. He's a cool dude.
But you don't like me? Oh, Chris is my buddy.
No, thanks, Chris. I appreciate that, man. Like,
yeah, I talked to Chris last night on the phone. Yeah, we were bullshitting.
Hell yeah.
Tartaria homes with fireplaces in every room were heating and cooling using energy. Yeah, that's what I saw, Joe. That was exactly what I saw. It was using the energy from the ether, and it was just wild, man. And you look at some of those buildings, man. I want to go inside one. I've never been inside one that I remember. Well, church. I may have been in a church that I didn't know.
Well, I mean, anybody who is in like the Catholic faith that has been in any of the old Catholic churches. I mean, you've been in the Tartarian building, you just didn't know it.
Yeah.
And that's how most of us are. We've been in them before, but we've never looked at them with that kind of eye. You know, it's like this is a cool building. You know, like I can't believe they wasted that much time carving some stone
and making a ceiling that tall.
Yeah, like good for them. I'm glad we don't do it anymore. But it's going to be neat to go back
with open eyes.
Yes, looking at things through a different lens for sure. And that's something we've talked about doing here shortly is going out to our capital and checking some buildings out and even look for some mud flood things, because this is all I think something that doesn't get talked about very much. I mean, of course you have, the flat earth / true earth stuff, but Tartaria and the mud flood is something I don't think gets covered a lot, which I'm really looking forward to seeing what we can find.
They found a whole Mayan city under the I want to say in the Amazon. Yeah. They started digging down and they found a whole Mayan city. So you think of what had to happen to cover up a whole city.
Well, you think about it, like they just
so it's happened before.
Dirt just falls. Over time, stuff just gets buried on top of like dirt, just
from leaves and
makes itself or whatever. But I'm like, I don't think that's entirely accurate.
I think
much. Things are buried because there was a worldwide cataclysm again, called the mud flood, and it buried everything. That's why everything is like a foot or plus down. That's from the 1700s or later, and yet dig because it got buried.
They found like an angel. It was when they were doing some construction. It's probably 8 foot tall or whatever, but it doesn't stop there, and it looks like it's the top of something. It's badass, man. That kind of stuff. If you don't live your life with a little wonder,
like there's some cool shit out there that if you open your eyes just a little bit, you're going to start seeing the world for something completely different, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, it's a world of I don't fucking know everything. Sorry for this.
I'm going to get a yardstick.
But I don't know everything. That's what happens on my posts, man. It's just so many. What about this? Well, what about the tectonic plates? Dude, you don't know what happens at the core.
Who's to say that tectonic plates are even real anyway?
Yeah, we don't know. So those kind of things drive us crazy.
I mean, they tell us that there's a big ball of molten lava at the core of our planet, even though we've never drilled down far enough to know.
Well, they also say that it's magnetic, but magnetism can't exist at those temperatures. Did you know that? Yeah, magnetism ceased to exist at a certain temperature, and it's way lower than. Yeah. It becomes magnetic. Yeah, that all those properties are removed with heat, with a certain amount of heat, and the core is way like thousands of degrees hotter.
That's what I don't get. Like all of this is imaginary, but here's the thing too. They're like, well, a scientist hasn't said that the Earth is flat, or the scientist hasn't said that we're not spinning. Well, guess what scientists do say? Scientists say that there is a molten core of lava. Scientists have made that up because they don't actually know.
No, they don't.
They don't have a clue.
He's calling it the Curie point. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. There's a certain point that it reaches. I'm believing that's what he's saying.
Okay.
Did we ever get?
So our buddy from Colorado, he was on here, but he never had any audio or video. So and
Okay.
now he's gone. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot next time when he can come in earlier. But
Adam, how was your day? Man, our day has been fantastic. It's been a little chaotic, of course, trying to get everything set up and running right, but always technical issues. But I think we've got it all sorted out now.
yeah, it's, Joe says all the Capitol buildings are Tartarian. Well, I found 46 of them. 4 of them, like Hawaii, um, New Mexico. There's a couple other ones. It looked like we could have built, but 46 of them for sure look like Tartarian structures. And
Yeah.
I can't find any construction on them. I can find
No.
whitewashing and scaffolding pictures of some, but
Yeah.
not ground up. Not ground up.
Never. And that's the thing I think is kind of curious too is why are all the Tartarian buildings government buildings?
Yeah, because they kept them.
And they
To
want to
themselves.
limit our access to it. Like we'll let you come in and walk around, but we won't let you actually do the poking around or
Digging.
own it privately and do your own digging on them.
Hey, we want to dig underneath, see how big this structure really is, and we really own the building. Not
Right?
them.
No.
We should be able to tell them as a people we want to see if there's something deeper.
Yeah.
Because most of these buildings there are, and a good amount. It looks like 15 feet or more.
Let's see here. Beautiful flag. All right. Yes.
Yeah, we went live a minute ago before the show. And that's the second
Got
time
your
we've tried
6.
this. And these snowflakes hate his flag. He hates this. We love you, baby. Is that your spot?
Oh
Is
yeah.
that your
That's
spot?
it. That's it. Now we're banned officially.
He said, "You're creeping. I'm creeping out the crawley." Sorry. That's what I tell people. You're creeping out the crawley.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. People see the flags and
It
they
might hurt.
lose their mind.
I mean, I'm talking. Joe was like, "Dude," he said, "You're not reaching your target audience." It was his wife, Brian's wife, came in here and was like, "Dude, I can't keep up with these."
Yeah, she was reporting and everything else too, but
Yeah, she's going to moderate next week. We'll try it again, but we're going to remove this backdrop just for this show and see if that's what's causing it. Because there's no reason even to go live if it's going to be like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
at least TikTok, anyways.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This is going to be here on our show or until we get another backdrop. I don't care, but if I'm wanting to reach people, you want as little bullshit like that as you can get.
I don't understand. People, people live in America, but they hate everything that has to do.
Oh yeah, he does. I love this flag.
So yeah, there's my wife there, Married with Bourbon. That's a YouTube channel we had going there for a little bit. But yeah, I have all right to hang whatever.
Oh, that's her. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Married with Bourbon.
Yeah.
That's great. But yeah, we're just trying to get kinks out of some of these things too, like the volume. Appreciate you guys' help with that.
Yeah, thanks for the patience.
I think we now got it where we want it, and we're going to try to do this as often as we can. But when we can't, then I'll go live or we'll go live together and do some TikTok lives. So we'll try to keep this stuff going. But is that? I want to talk about what the part of my folly said, the Curie point. What is the Curie point? I'm thinking that's what it
Yeah, a little bit of music.
that song is. No, no, no.
We got someone who knows what
No quarters given. Absolutely. But they get so hurt. Why would you go to somebody else's page just to be negative? I mean, is that your life that you just go around on TikTok and get offended about everything and report everybody?
Yeah, people like that are the ones that are the 35-year-old people that live in their mom's place. that they think we deserve next place and everything. Exactly. And that's the unfortunate side of life that we live in right now is that, especially this generation that's coming up.
This one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're very entitled. They think we owe them literally everything. They don't want to work for nothing, and they just everything get it.
You want a cookie for your whiskey?
I'll take one, sure.
Yeah, the Curie temperature, what my father was talking about, it says here in physics and material science, Curie temperature or Curie point is the temperature above which certain materials lose their permanent magnetic properties,
Oh, there you go.
which can be replaced by induced magnetism. Okay, you knew that right off the top, man. Curie point. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew there was a point that they lose their magnetism, but it didn't say what that temperature was. It's not the temperature they state the core to be.
So pardon my folly. How long have you been digging into this and researching it? I'm kind of curious, like for our listeners and things, like how long they've been curious about the topic, what they've found out, what got them, to start looking at it originally. It's really awesome to get across the journey.
Got fed up, says that flags is hanging in his bedroom.
He doesn't take no prisoners in the bedroom.
Whoa!
Whoa! Shit. Oh man!
I need a little thing that goes.
Yeah, have to plug in some huh?
This thing can do it. We're just gonna have to figure it all out. But yeah, I can't imagine living my life. I don't even go on liberal people's pages. I don't even go on Glober's page. I don't. I stick with what I do. Like-minded people. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, you get more confident that way. They say you become what you surround yourself with. And if you surround yourself with like-minded people, you're going to accomplish a lot. And negativity, that's just what it is.
Yeah, he's answering your question right there.
Oh, we got here. Let's say it's 5.5 years.
On flat Earth. Yeah, well, I was like 9, 10 months ago.
Yeah, you're still young.
I'm a new. How long you been?
Oh man, it's been
1 week since you looked at me.
yeah 1 week.
Oh,
No, I would say kind of like pardon my folly, probably about that long. It was funny because in my unit, so I'm in the army, and there was a gentleman in my unit that I guess he was a flat earther. I didn't know it, and we were just kind of shooting the shit, and he came up to me and was like, "Hey man, um, question, have you ever seen a satellite?" Like, well, sure. And I get out my phone, like, here. He's like, no. Like, have you seen one? I was like, well, no. I mean, I've never looked, with my own eyes at one, but I've showed him my phone. Like, there's plenty of pictures. And then he's like, well, what about a picture of Earth? Of course, no. Oh, yeah, Google, like right here, the blue marble. He's like, no, but recently, have you ever seen Earth? It's like, no, not with my own eyes. Can't get up that high. And I was like, I just take NASA's word for it. And he was kind of like, why? Well, shit. Because they're the space people.
Because that was what I was taught my whole life.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have any reason to question it, I don't guess. And so from that day on, I was kind of like, okay, I'll look at
It made you think enough to keep looking.
Yeah, and then this led me to some YouTube videos. That was when YouTube had a lot of that stuff was all off. So my rabbit hole kept going, and it started with the moon landing, and then it kind of went from there.
Yeah, that's a common one. But there's people that are globalists or globers or whatever that don't believe the moon landing happened. I'm like, that doesn't mean the Earth's not round. Copernicus, man, Copernicus. What about Ptolemy? That's 1,500 years. He had everything explained. It made sense, and compass worked. You show me how a compass points north. It doesn't. It points north that way. It doesn't point up. The tail never points down.
But if you hold a compass like this, they go like that.
Oh, damn it! You proved me wrong.
So okay, here we go. So like, yeah. So if this is the compass, and you hold it like this, right? Like, it's fine. It's pointing up. You know,
I've never tried that.
douchebaggery comment. Yeah.
Yeah, the compass is built for a flat plane. I mean, it only points in one direction. It points in one direction, north.
Adam, is there more past the ice wall that we do not? Now, I love these comments because um, that's something actually that I kind of learned about myself. And I was thinking, yes, 100%. There is more past the ice wall, and the first person I heard talk about that was Adam Hart, because he said that there is land beyond Antarctica that is the size of the United States that has not yet been discovered, that people have not yet set eyes on. And
So he knows from his one flight.
yeah, and that's just one area.
That's just one straight line that he flew down. You go out there, maybe people out, you have no idea because the books, like the Iron Republic, uh, edited by C.J. Austin, talked about E.W. Barrington did a trip there, described the same thing as what was in that Man That Crossed the Ice Wall, which was an opening in the summer gate. You go through that, and as far as that wall, you go that distance again, and you reach more. So it's just they call it the Ancestral Republic or the Iron Republic. It's supposedly been found, but that's equal distance away from the ice wall, just in the opposite direction. So yeah, man, it makes sense.
Yeah, and one thing that should really get y'all's curiosity going is that you look at all the wars that we've had go on, and no one gets along with anyone. This is something that is just an absurd reality. But yet, you go down to Antarctica, and there has been a peace treaty for over 60 years. Like, how does that? How do all these countries that war with each other come together with one general idea that we need to keep Antarctica safe
I'm wondering though,
everywhere?
if all the world leaders, it isn't the same as it is with Republicans and Democrats. They're really on the same team, not our team.
Right.
And they have to keep up this facade. They have to keep people divided, nationalism, all this stuff to keep us divided to where we don't come together enough to know how badly we're getting screwed. You know, all of us.
Exactly.
Some of us just get screwed a little more than others. You know, some countries don't have it as good as we do. But anymore, if you think you're free in America, you've lost your mind because you can't even go fishing without permission. You can't get married without permission. You can't do anything ever in your life in every way they can.
You have to have a lot of license to do anything.
Yeah.
It's absurd. There's no such thing as freedom. It's all an illusion.
It's yeah, illusion of freedom because I think D.H. Lawrence said it. He came over from overseas back in the day, and he said they call this freedom. He says looks to me like the only thing they're free to choose is their own master, and that was pretty good. And he said, if I don't believe in what the free man believes in, the free mob will lynch me. How much more real can that be? You know, and it's the same with you have to have permission to. Oh, you can go to Antarctica. On your own, you can't. You can't. People say they can, but you can't.
The process to even go to Antarctica, very limited exploration, is so time consuming that the normal person.
Yeah, and if you're gonna go on this tourism trip, it's like $10, $15, $20,000 to see a couple penguins. Well, that's a
Yeah, all this just protects the penguins.
let me get out my ball. I forgot my little globe, damn it. I was gonna bring my little globe.
going back to Adam here, he's talking about, which families in the world, and I can give you 2 names,
Rockefeller,
Rockefeller and the Rothschilds.
that's the two main ones. But you got the Cullens. You've got there's 13 families people talk about. There's 13, and the ones that really, really, really rule, you'll never hear their name. You don't even know their name. You know? But the Rockefellers, man, they've had their hands in the setting up the school system, what books we get, setting up the medical system, making a mockery out of holistic medicine and calling them witches and creating, giving schools books. We'll pay for it, but you got to use our stuff. Uh, your hospital, we'll give you this, we'll give you that, but you got to use our pharmaceuticals, petroleum based, which are terrible for you.
Oh, yeah.
And all the uh, stuff was removed. All the holistic things were removed. What doctor wouldn't tell you today that go get you some dandelion root?
Now all the holistic type medicines are looked at as crazy. Like, oh, you're gonna eat some plants? Like, no, you're a lunatic, you crazy hippie.
Yeah,
Get out of here with that. Take my pills.
yeah, everything in nature has something else in nature that can destroy it.
Mhm.
There's nothing that is impervious to everything. There's something that can kill it. It's like tumors. Baking soda kills tumors. They could legitimately probably cut you open, pour some of that on that tumor, and it would at least make it shrink.
Yeah, yeah, and I've heard ox- oxygen therapy is great. Well, great in the fact that it
And then there's
kills that on.
the Rife machine, which is a frequency based
Yeah.
healing. Now they're coming up with this nanotechnology. This lady, it's a black lady. This nanotechnology, they don't have to do a surgery, they don't have to do anything. They put this in your body, and a laser activates it. So when they get it to where they want it to attack, they activate it with the laser, and then it attacks the bad cells. But I don't know if I want them putting nanotechnology in me.
Oh no, no.
I'll take my chances with some elderberries, you know?
I was the old jibby jab. I told the military they can go spin on a stick. And so, no, I will never do any nanotechnology stuff. I'm not gonna.
Now,
I
there
don't say
is,
the name.
what's his name? Elon Musk said they're coming up with something that they could put in your brain that would restore your vision, restore your memory, restore. Now, if you're at that juncture, sure, give something like that a shot. You know, I'm not saying if I can't see and they can put a little chip in my head to make me see, I can go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm down. I'm not doing it for, you know, luxury or convenience where I can scan look my eyes on. No, man. But if you can't hear, and there's artificial technology that they can put in you to give you the ability of hearing, go for it, man. I will not judge you for that. But
no.
you start putting nanotechnology in your body for just random purposes, you're setting it up for like Terminator shit. What you're
Oh
doing.
yeah. And, I mean, kind of think about it. Your body
Vanderbilt
is
is another one.
created.
Yeah, Rothschild, Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
What do you say there? Just look up the 13 families. But like Eric said, the top dogs, we will never know their names.
You're not wrong. And well, so that, just for what I was going to say, it was like, our bodies, if you look in the Bible, everything was created. We were created from the earth, and so it only makes sense that things of the earth is what is going to heal us, keep us well. All this lab created stuff is nothing but chemicals.
Yeah, and
You know?
they're mimicking what they've known nature to do
Mhm.
because you can't put a patent on nature.
No, no.
So you have to mimic nature, which
Yeah.
you can't
So
do. You can't do, but you can make it. I mean, them fake burgers taste like a burger. You know what I mean?
I will not put it in my body.
I won't
I
now,
don't
but
want to
I have, I do. Give me something never mind.
He'll never leave his house now.
Yep. Quit my job.
Oh man, but like with this, like you try to leave a lot of the political stuff out of it, but at the same time, it kind of ties in a little bit. We're talking about, the 13 families, or who controls the world, because I mean that is what keeps us all alive. And
They own
yeah, and everyone's like, well, what do they benefit from doing what they do? They have complete control over the entire population. They have all the money, and well, like just, there's nothing they can't do. It's all power,
and once you're that
money.
powerful, you don't really care about money anymore. You're more about the fact that I can get your neighbor to turn you in just for going outside without a mask on or something.
Yeah, imagine
How,
that.
how much control is that? Think about that. They can force your neighbor to snitch you out for just going out to your garden or something. Because that's happening. I want to say it's happening in Australia or somewhere right now, to where you can only go, or Britain or somewhere. It's like you can only go 15 minutes away from your house. Dude,
That's
that
nuts.
happens here. You're going to have some chaos.
You have a lot more black flags.
Yeah, you're going to have some chaos, man. Because people like me, I ain't following around. You don't have to be violent. Just be civil disobedience. Just it's bullshit rules.
Yeah.
It's bullshit rules. Just don't follow the stupid rule. That's all you got to do. You don't have to be violent. You don't have to do anything like that. Just
Mhm.
I ain't listening to you. Take the mask off. You're not giving me the jibbity jibbity joo.
Yeah, and that's what I did.
You're not telling me where I can go.
And it threatened a lot of stuff.
Now, when I was when it was in the height of it, and I wanted to go into a store or something, just for the people that work there, I would put it on just for them because I didn't. It didn't bother me for 2 or 3 minutes to do it. I hated it, but at the same time, this kid behind the counter, I don't want to make their life hell. They're not. It's not their fault. But as far as putting anything on my body, and I had to wear one at work for a while. I got within so much distance of somebody there. If you wanted to work, you were going to do that. If it got to I wouldn't.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
and
and I'm not doing the mask thing again. I'm not.
summer would get on me because I would walk around Walmart, kind of pull it down. It's just kind of like, be
Oh, I
like
do
right
it
here,
here.
my lip, or like right here. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
And I kind of judged based on what people were doing. Because some stores didn't enforce it, and I wasn't going to cause trouble with those people. It's not their fault. But if there's stores that were not enforcing it, I would go to those.
Oh, yeah,
I
I would
support
pick
the
those
ones that,
all the
that support what you believe in.
Yeah, we're looking at Todd Johnson because his boss has coming. The
I have
stem
heard of the
cell,
stem cells.
I'm down with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with stem cells. That's it's something natural that you're putting into your body that can fix it.
It can help create new cells.
They hate that. Literally hate
What Adam's got here, he said, "Why can't we go past the ice wall?" The why can't we is because that will give us more answers. We'll find out that there's more resources, there's more land, there's more. And you think for a minute, if you're the elite, you're the Rothschilds, the Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers, this world can at any moment could be engulfed in a world war, and with the weapons we have, they kind of destroy the atmosphere where we can't breathe. They'll just go to that land.
Yeah.
That's their purpose. If they found land, you think they would share it with us
No,
at
they
this
don't
juncture?
for themselves.
They want it for themselves. They probably go there already and chill.
Well, that's why the rockets are too much. They're going just to those other lands.
I've heard they go out to Bermuda Triangle, and that's why it's headed. And that's how they make Bermuda Triangle seem. So all these bad things happen there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
It's the way to the other. It's the quick route to the other land.
But to more answer the guy's question, Adam's question of why can't we go past the ice wall, 1958 was or 59, I'm sorry, was the Treaty of Antarctica, where those countries Brown was talking about. At the time, there was 12 or something that all agreed you don't go past the 60th parallel, and it's maritime law. And there's been people on video in boats that didn't even get close to that. They were like the 47th parallel. They were already turning them around. But They say, well, they can't guard the border of a country, but they can guard the whole ice wall with radar technology. Yeah, man.
There's
With them
movies.
Saddaloons up there,
Yeah,
the Saddaloons, you just saw one the other day. You just saw it.
Yeah, so that's what they say they put the buoys out there in the ocean to create waves and so they can track what's. No, dude, they don't have to control every square inch of the earth out there. Once you go past the buoy, it will read the wave off your boat and it will signal and know exactly where you are, and then a Navy vessel can come and intercept you before you get any further.
Yeah, and you got now currently 50 different nations all signed on that are all part of it and agreeance with it. That's 50 militaries. That's not just one military that has a sole responsibility. If you're near Argentina, Argentina's military's out there watching. If you're near Australia, Australia's military's out there watching. And it's not just one, man. So yeah, it seems like a big area to cover, but not with the technology we have these days.
We're seeing that our mics are in. Oh,
Again,
yeah. Hey, partner, are we still doing it? It may start cutting it out if we're going
oh yeah,
possibility.
we did do that a little bit.
Are we good now?
What are your thoughts on the Chinese balloon? We kind of talked about that in the beginning, but it's a rogue satellite. That's all it is. It's not where it's supposed to be, and either that or it's planned. They're playing distractions because they love distracting you when there's things going on.
Um, so yeah, so here's my thoughts on it. Is we didn't hear about this balloon until it was over Montana. So that it came through Alaska, which if you know our defense system setup, you know that nothing gets through Alaska without a stop. That is our furthest northern point, that close to Russia. And
You can see Russia.
according to Sarah Palin,
Yeah,
from her house.
I'm just, but I'm saying it is close.
Yeah, it's very close.
I mean, it's a lot closer. What about that island? It's right in between it, and it's like 10 minutes apart. There are 3 hours difference in the sun. That is good.
Yeah, it's crazy. What was getting at with this balloon, I think the only reason why it became part of mainstream media is because you had someone go outside, stand in their driveway with their cell phone, and they recorded. If it hadn't have been for someone sitting up there with their phone, be like, "Oh yeah," like, "Well, what is this?" Question is, probably would have
Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
just gone on, and we would have never known. But a civilian found it.
It could have been.
And saw it.
Yeah, it could have been simply surveilling us, And until somebody reports it,
Oh,
if
yeah.
somebody reports it, we'll take this route. We'll get what information we want to get, But that to me, it just shows you what satellites really are, guys. I mean,
So
every image you see of it in space, it is a joke how fake. I mean,
real quick, we have a really cool comment here from Chris. This Russia broke from the Antarctic last year. So that's part of the reasons why they are being attacked by the Russians. That's something I've not heard.
yeah,
You've heard
I
about
heard a little about it and I forgot. I didn't
Okay.
mention it. But he also came forward with stuff about Tartaria.
it? Not sure. Now, all right, Chris. Well, I'm going to have to look in to some of this stuff in the next couple of days. Now I'm kind of interested in to see what all's being said about that. Because if they have broken from the Antarctic treaty, then that that makes things a little more curious, and it would lead to why.
Yeah, and also there was FBI documents released. It was I think released from Russia, where it shows them actively on purpose hiding the history of Tartaria.
Mhm.
It can make them not look like the bad guys. People are like, well, if Tartaria was so amazing, why were they taking that out? Well, these people could have not been nonviolent. They could have used all their energy focused on creating free energy, creating this stuff out, creating weapons, and all the time doing that. And then they were taken over by somebody that spent all their time,
True.
with weapons. You know?
Yeah, and also, I mean, that's a possibility, and then you also have the possibility that we were talking about that there's, these great cataclysms that
Yes.
happen. So that could have happened for Tartaria. We don't know how long these buildings have been abandoned and that we just acquired them.
It does show in some of them documents or historical documents, people on a horse with the Russian flag and then got a spear in the ground on the Tartarian flag. So it's showing that they were at war. That at one time, and with the Russians trying to make it look like they weren't the aggressor, but it sounds like they were the ones that took them down. What was left of it, I don't know. You may be right. Maybe all of us got hit, and at the end of the day, people were fighting for what was left.
Only a few survived, and now it's taken over everything. But yeah, history is a very interesting thing, and one thing that I really hate that they do is they do this, I think it's called C14 dating, which is carbon dating. And the way I understand it is like carbon dating is kind of a guess.
Oh, yes,
Because you
big
take
time.
the amount of carbon that's in the atmosphere here now, and then they kind of guesstimate how much there would have been then.
Yeah, once again,
And
it's
so
guesswork.
yeah, it's all really weird. Nothing is 100%
George Carlin said it best.
yeah.
It's all guesswork in a white coat. He also said something that was really good too. He goes, just by the process of elimination, eventually you'll work your way down to the worst doctor. And the sad thing is, somebody's got an appointment with him today.
Yeah, someone does.
I miss that man.
Oh, he was great. Man, Adam, I wish I could pack my bags and make a trip
Well,
towards
we say that, but -4 is the warmest time of year.
no, but I'd do it.
I'd do it, but it wouldn't be fun. I promise you.
Oh, and Adam, here's another thing that we could get through everything. There's still a 200-foot tall cliff that we have
Well, not if you
to go. Unless we can find that.
go to Summer's Gate, but you would have to be willing to spend. It sounds like 3 or 4 years going around until you found. Depends on where you came from. If you look at that old map, I forget which one it was, one that shows the outer rings and continents, and they've got an opening there and it says Summer's Gate. So if you could like, shoot for that, but look at this.
Right.
And you come to this side of it, and you got to go all the way around to get to it.
No.
So you would want to go to the left of it or the right of it, which way, and come back. But you're still talking. It could be weeks or months of just going along the wall until you find that opening.
Man, I know. It is something I would
I would,
I would love to find some rich person that would fund us to do it. Like, come on, there's got to be someone out there that's willing, like, here, man, here's a mill or whatever. Go find.
and then you got to find a crazy seafaring captain that knows the Antarctic, because you're dead otherwise. You ain't gonna make it nowhere. Just being if you've never sailed or never been in the, you need a guy that has dealt with diverse situations in the Arctic or Antarctic, preferably the Antarctic, because the Arctic is no near as bad as the Antarctic. Arctic has there's green and there's animal life and there's plants. Not in Antarctica, there's not.
I just have a weird mic.
Maybe I'm not back away or maybe I'm. We're gonna have to figure this out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's something to do with activity or having some weird battling. I mean, hell, we may really have to turn this into a microphone.
You want to try it for a minute for the remainder?
I would see that. Is it better or no? Back to- it says back. Which one's back to me? Well, I mean, y'all tell me which ones we can unplug a little bit and go into one mic, or we keep going like this.
Okay, you keep talking, and I'll try to talk over you and see if that's the problem. What if it's that doesn't work? Talk normal,
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna keep talking.
and I
Y'all
think
let
it's
me know,
pretty right
and then
to
he's
keep
gonna
going,
talk over the top.
or we
Are we
busting up.
still?
Still bad here. Nice ones back to normal. It's been pretty consistent here, but we're the ones doing it. So
Yeah. All right. Well, here I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna pull this back. This. See if that's all right. Yeah. All right, guys.
yep,
We're truly two rednecks and the microphone right now. So let us know. Is it any better, or are we still running into all the same BS?
we got a little bit of feedback. Um, maybe it's the universe's way of forcing us to do the two rednecks.
It just wants us close together.
No, but I'm
He's saying that's okay. Well, maybe it's just our mics fight one another.
He said, Brian's mic is the only one cut on
I got on me, man.
You want me to grab the other mic and do that just to see?
Yeah, we can.
Because we got another mic that goes with the system.
Yeah, we can. Give us a second, guys. We're gonna try some stuff just to make y'all's experience a little bit better, hopefully. I don't think we had the issue last time, but maybe we did and we didn't know. All right, she said, I'm talking into that mic. This is the one that Eric was using. Yeah, I know it wasn't Erica, but I got the drift. All right, that's loud. I got another mic.
We gotta give this a shot.
I want to sing.
Yeah, it's losing people, but it is
All
what
right.
it is.
Y'all don't be dropping out on us. I'll find you. You know how the internet works.
We just want to hold it for now.
Yeah,
just,
it's fine.
Just to get a check.
Yeah, so we'll just see. We'll roll this to see how that goes for you guys. Sorry that we're having some mic issues. We get all- I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Y'all been a big help getting this all figured out.
Okay, yeah, I know his mic. Keep talking down a little bit. I mean, Eric's louder than I am anyway. That might be something we have to figure out. He's rambling.
Help it.
Well,
Second one. So I'm still good.
all right. Well, can y'all hear me okay?
It's good until you added the second mic.
Okay, so we should just rock out one mic, right?
And we'll do a test later.
She says, "Yeah, okay. Well, we'll hold true to two rednecks in a microphone just because. Why not? I mean, I think this must be the universe's way of saying, look, dude, y'all's name is two rednecks and a
It
microphone.
didn't say two rednecks and two mics.
You're kind of used one. Yeah, that's what FedUp says. Yeah, it's supposed to be two rednecks and a microphone.
Hey, thanks for being understanding, guys. We don't care about if it's not perfect. This is all fun, and we'll get it all figured out.
Hey man, we're having I'm having too much fun, and I do again like I said, I appreciate you all hanging tight with us. This is fantastic. I'm gonna highlight this. Yeah, I'll set up here. He knows what's up. He's cracking up with us too. Uh,
What are you saying here?
it's supposed to be two rednecks in the microphone anyway.
Yeah, we can do this too. This, yeah,
Yeah, it's fine. Sounds so much better. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
yeah. And it doesn't matter,
All right.
you know, if
No,
we have multiple mics,
no, I don't care at all.
and it'll give us more movement,
Yeah, we can fight over it too.
like in the caricature.
That's fantastic. Thank you for letting us know, guys.
Yeah, this is good. We got that figured out, and then there's no reason, man. I have two mics. It just sounds good. It sounds good in my ears.
I'm fine. Yeah.
If they're saying it's better, then be better.
Thank
We can talk about something else. I asked earlier, but have you all noticed that the moon is acting differently? I mean, it's like it's showing itself way more than it used to in the daytime. Am I losing it? Nobody asked. Answer.
Come on, guys. Let me know. Is Eric losing his mind?
I mean, that's already gone.
I mean,
More.
yeah, more than usual.
Uh, yeah, it's like every day or every other day I'm seeing it. Hey, what's up, Mabel? All right, all right, all right.
What's
That's the guy from Real Patriot Boys.
nice? Davo, what's up, my man?
brother?
Thank you for joining. We really appreciate it.
We'll have to bring you on sometime, man. You can come on here live with us one time, and I like to do that with many people. You know, there's somebody that shares videos because I get a lot of people say, "Man, I want to come on the show," and then I go to their page, they don't have a video for me to watch to see if they have the voice, if they have, you know, the demeanor to do something like this. Because not everybody can do it. You know?
No, no, and I'll say doing it live is so much better, anyways, because you're actually talking to people. Whereas when you do it before, you're just talking to an imaginary audience, which is
You put Eric.
yeah.
Ron?
She this summer she
Oh,
yeah she's on.
oops.
Hello, Erica.
Yeah, he said maybe sharing one mic possibly interfering.
Could
Yeah,
have been.
that's something we may be able to figure out over time, but I don't. We have
No,
it's damn it. It's two rednecks and a microphone.
yes, and a microphone.
And here
So here we
is.
are.
It doesn't look bad when you look at the screen. I mean,
No, it's
I
fine.
mean, it's got the little mic with the little spit guards on it.
And I mean, if anybody out there is way more techy than we are, we any and all suggestions.
Yeah. Hey, where'd Chad go? He was in here earlier. Chad doing the intro.
Oh,
He was in here earlier.
I gotta leave.
Hey, Fed Up, is he still doing that? I don't know if he's still doing that. He's doing that intro for us. I'll have to get with him.
These guys,
They've helped us out so much, man.
gosh.
It's unreal.
they've done fantastic work, and they haven't even asked anything for it, and that's what is amazing. These guys are helping us out a lot, spreading our channel out there.
And this way you try to return the favor. You pay it forward. Do the same thing with them or other people,
Mhm.
that you come in contact with.
Right.
Like if you're doing a podcast and we have somebody who help you, we'll plug you on the show,
Heck
man.
yeah. I can't wait till Swag comes in. And we'll really be representing them.
Seems like only good on Eric's mic. So there you go. That's the one. We'll just
All
use
right.
that.
You got it.
It sounds good. It actually sounds better at this distance that we're equal now.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
We use one, get it right, and then we're
Yeah,
equal.
I don't have to fight with this one.
We hold true to our
in
name.
front of me, and I can sit here and eat and get fat while we're chatting.
He's eating all the cookies.
Look, I got cookies.
Come on, you want cookies?
He doesn't. They're sugar cookies.
Yeah.
Y'all can't have any because you're not here. Sorry.
Yeah, man, this has been once again a lot of fun. I mean, what time are we looking at? We're at about 4:15, so we can start to wind down. Working out the kinks. We're here for it. Yeah, man, Joe. Thank you. Once again, this is this is just super fun. That's why we're doing it. Hopefully, we can get some more reach and get more people in here. But we really appreciate the ones that do show up. So,
Yeah, we would love to have some guests on to help join us in all this madness. And we if any of y'all are live close to us, like we'd like to get together and maybe do some things to try and prove our theories and collaborate.
just
Man,
go
it's just
see some of these
yeah,
structures. You know,
yeah. I know the flat Earth is a big topic right now, but you just don't hear a lot about our theory. And I think that is a really cool thing to go out and explore, check out, and just really see what we can
for
come up with.
yourself.
Yeah, in person, because that's something you don't really hear about, and it's phenomenal.
It's majestic.
Yeah.
You know, you see some of the architecture. I can't wait. Uh,
Yeah, here's
we're in we're in Kentucky, um, in between like Frankfurt, in between Frankfurt and Louisville. So I don't like saying exactly where we're at online.
not yet. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we're in the Frankfurt Louisville area. So Kentucky.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
forget.
Kentucky.
Yeah, forget people
Yeah,
not everyone.
hillbillies, dude. It's rednecks,
That's why we came up with the name.
I'm saying.
Yeah. So
Yeah. That's the man.
we happen to. I was talking about Brian here at work. We work together, and I was talking about one of my posts going viral. And he was like, "Oh, I want to watch it." I'm like, uh-oh. I said, "You're gonna find out some shit, man. I'm out there like Pluto, man. I'm a flat earther." And he goes, "Me too."
Oh, yeah. I know about
Dude,
this stuff.
no big deal. And then we found out we really believe pretty much everything, all this stuff. And 5 years ago, dude, that wouldn't have happened.
No.
You would not have been in the same building where there were two flat earthers.
No,
It just
no.
would not, never. If
No.
there was even one.
I mean, if there were more than one of them wouldn't admit it.
Why
That's
easily.
okay.
I'm just wondering how many people have felt this way and were just too ashamed to admit it.
Talladega Super Speedway. Okay.
I'm a redneck too.
I love it.
Hey, what's your name? Pardon? What's your name, man? So I don't have to call you Pardon my folly all the time. I'm Eric. This is Brian. I know I've seen you on the page there for a while. We've been friends for a while online, but it's nice to actually get to interact with you.
For sure. Steven. Okay.
Nice to meet you, Steven.
Yeah, good to meet you, Steven.
He, man, would you want to come on sometime, man? You got a good video, bunch of videos on your page. If you ever want to come on, man, we'll bring you on live.
It's funny. It's a part of my folly. And I follow a podcast called Pardon My American. It's a good group. I don't know. He's probably heard of him too, I would imagine.
Yeah, you go to some of these posts, these bigger TikToks, you start going down it. It's like friend. I'm like, dude, we're all looking at the same shit.
It's a huge community, man.
Yeah, he said he'd come
Okay.
in. Steven, we'll get with you, man. After this is all over, and set up. Within a month, we'll figure out a good time. I want to bring Mason back on. Try to get Dustin back on and get that lined out. I don't know if it was on his end or our end. We don't know.
Sure.
So we have to get that all figured out. But we can just do a test.
Yeah.
Sometime
We can
on
bring
Saturday or something.
Right, we can bring him in, and we don't have to go live. We can just do a dry run and see how it works.
Because we know this works. So I could be at
Now.
home. This could be on a Friday or a Thursday, and you could try to bring us in live from different areas. Do a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch the news anymore unless it's shared by friends or contacts. I see what you all share. I don't get in line, man, and I don't get on the news and watch them anymore.
Yeah. My other podcast where I cover all the news stuff, but haven't done it in a little over a month. Things have been a little crazy, but politics and the news kind of wears you out.
Yeah.
And you got to take breaks here and there, or your brain melts.
Yeah, this stuff is fun. That's why in this kind of event, you don't get a lot of hate because people that are coming, you've invited them. They're people that
Here's one.
they're here because they have the same questions we do, and we don't have all the answers. So what do you think? I think this. Well, that makes a bit more sense than what I said. You can't prove it. What makes more sense, man? Use your brain.
Yeah, and like they were bringing up earlier, talking about Russia pulling from the Antarctic Treaty. Like I hadn't heard that, so that now I'm going to go and look into that and see what I find. So yeah, that stuff like this is super awesome because you learn new things.
Yeah, the Curie point. Now I know when I go to talk about that. I know it's called the Curie point. That's something that's going to pop up again. These kind of things are going to pop up again and again. And the more you go, the more information we'll have, the more we'll come back on some of these topics and talk about them again. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
But I did want you to talk a little bit about the Mel's Hole.
Oh, Mel's Hole. Okay. Yeah, I was like,
we could go
Mel's Hole.
That's where we can go out.
Now, I ran across this story probably about a week ago or so, and this was back in like 95, 97, somewhere around in there, up in northwestern states, like I don't know, Washington, maybe. There was a guy that had a sinkhole in his backyard. It was lined with bricks, kind of looked like a fire pit. But he would always throw stuff in it, like debris, trash, whatever. One of those things. The neighbors did it. People in the house before him did it, and he realized, man, this hole hasn't filled up. I've been here for a while, and people have been throwing stuff in this hole for a long time, and I can peek over the edge into it, and I don't see anything. So he got to the point where he was like shining a light down in there and couldn't see anything. And he got curious, so he took his fishing pole, 1 pound weight on the end of it, ran it down the hole, fed out all his line, and he never hit anything. He brought it up, it wasn't wet. He had, I guess, I think it was 500 foot, worth of line. So he said, I'm getting a fresh roll, putting on there. And he ended up with
80,000 feet.
At the end of it. With this one, I think he was running around 5,000 feet with the line. Still wasn't hitting any water or ground or anything like that. So when it all said and done, they figured out it was about 80,000 plus feet. And he went on this radio show because it was kind of like a paranormal or oddity kind of radio show. It was called like Coast to Coast, and he told a story.
George Norrie. Did you say Coast to Coast?
Yeah,
George Norrie.
Okay, can't remember the name, but yeah, it was a Coast to Coast show. And after he was on that show, he started noticing helicopters above his property in the military, and he was gone. And came home, and the military had completely taken over his property. Joe. He's heading out. All right, see you, buddy. Appreciate it. The military wouldn't let him on the property. They said that they now owned it, and even going to cause an issue that they would find a way to make a drug lab be on this property. And so they gave him, I think it was $1 million a year to go away and disappear. A non-disclosure thing was signed, and he disappeared. And he went away for about 3 years. And come to find out, he popped up, kind of told his story about how the military paid him off, and no one knows anything about this hole anymore, other than it went down 80,000 feet and never hit bottom. So it's a really cool story.
It's called Mel's Hole?
Yeah, NELS Hole.
Yeah,
that's a cool one to go check out, guys. If y'all like weird stuff like that, go check that out. There, you can find a story like on YouTube and things like that, and they'll talk about it a whole lot more than I do. But it's good. But yeah, I think we're
winding down now. We're going to go ahead and we'll figure out and let you know when the next show is going to be. Hopefully, we can do it this weekend. You don't have any military shit, do you?
No, I don't have to do Army stuff again.
You noticed that they made him shave.
I know. Don't look. I look like a child.
But that's almost over. One more, right?
One more shave, and then I'm good. I get to have my manhood back.
All right. Well, we've had a great time once again. I want to thank all you guys for tuning in and hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. Thanks, Stephen. I'll be in touch with you, brother, and we'll figure out a time and a date where you can get on and join us live. It could be 15 minutes or for the whole show. We don't care. You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, share this page with people if you can. Help us try to get some followers. Have them subscribe and share. I know it's asking a month. We appreciate it, man. And once again, we love you guys. And Rednecks and their microphone are signing out.
Later, y'all. Thank you.
Take it
Appreciate it.
easy.
See you next time.